do I know if repairs are worth it during a probate sale or a trust sale? That's our topic today. We'll get started right after this. Many personal representatives, trustees, executors, and administrators, they might think that if the house needs some repairs, that it has to be sold as is, or they have to spend a ton of money fixing it up. They also think because it needs some repairs that it has to be sold to an investor flipper who will pay much less for it than a traditional buyer. The truth is that most homes, they don't need major repairs and a lot of money put into them in order to have strong market value. Small, targeted repairs, they can add real money back into the estate. Bottom line is, you don't need a full remodel, you just need smart, targeted, cost-effective repairs.
I'm Kim Ward. My daughter, Ashley Rivera, and I have been helping trustees, executors, and administrators for over 2 decades here in beautiful San Diego. To help our channel, please like and subscribe. And if you have any questions or you want to just tell us a story, go ahead and put that in the comments. It can be quite overwhelming for a personal representative to walk into their loved one's home and go, oh no, there's a lot of deferred maintenance. What am I supposed to do? You might see outdated fixtures. There might be what we call wear and tear on the property, probably because people have been living there. And deferred maintenance can put a lot of pressure on you as the personal representative of wondering what is cost effective and what is okay to just leave as is. We've heard personal representatives tell us that the beneficiaries were really concerned about spending any money on the home, and they didn't want the personal representative to do the wrong repairs and add a lot of stress to the personal representative. What we would do is cost-effective repairs, things that don't cost a ton of money but really need to be done in order to get a traditional buyer interested in the home, because that's how you make the most money. And on top of that, these cost-effective repairs typically get done pretty quickly so that we're not delaying the sale of the home. So let's talk about the fear of opening a can of worms. Sometimes personal representatives, they're fearful that small repairs could turn into large repairs once they start doing things. And they worry that it'll cost tens of thousands of dollars and delay the sale. They have a concern about the beneficiaries questioning the work that they are considering doing to help get better equity, keep the equity for the estate versus give it to a flipper. And all of these concerns makes working with a flipper or selling the house to a flipper sound like a better idea, but it's not. And flippers will use these ideas of old carpet or lighting that's damaged or paint and kind of scare the personal representative into thinking it would cost way too much to correct those things, so they might think sell it to the flipper. The key is choosing repairs that offer big returns with small effort. And yes, they're going to cost some money because you'll be paying people to do those repairs, so you don't have to. Next, let's talk about flippers, what they count on. They may point out cosmetic issues and make like they cost a lot of money to fix. That way they can justify their low price that they're offering. They may highlight small defects and make like they could be structural concerns. They can rely on personal representatives feeling overwhelmed being responsible for their loved one's home and the stress that they're under. They may also profit by exaggerating how much repairs can cost. The estate, well, it will lose equity, the equity for the beneficiaries, when these small items, somewhat small items, are used as a negotiation leverage. Now let's talk about what repairs actually make a difference. All that I'm going to share with you is based on real life things that we've done to help our personal representatives and to provide that equity back to the estate. The first is broken or outdated light fixtures. Sometimes there's homes that the light fixtures are maybe a wagon wheel, dining room table wagon wheel light fixture. It's old. It belongs in certain houses, but not when you're trying to sell. A simple fix is just changing out all the light bulbs. We recently helped with a house in Mira Mesa that the light bulbs were all different colors and shades, and we just went out and bought a bunch of light bulbs and replaced them, and then it looked much more put together. You're going to want to repair or install handrails. We had a property that was 2-story and there weren't any handrails, which will get called out by an inspector, and the buyers will think it's very expensive to put in handrails. So before we put it on the market, we had a handyman install handrails. You don't want any leaky faucets and you don't want any broken doorknobs. They just need to be replaced prior to putting the property on the market. Sometimes we need to patch and repaint walls. Again, another home that we helped with, the tenants had lots of things on the walls, and when they took them off and left, they took drywall, mud, and slapped it over the tiny little pinhole and made a big mark. So we had to get that fixed and get everything repainted. We hired a painting contractor. They went in, they cleaned up all the walls so that they were flat again, and they painted, and the house sold to a traditional buyer. You're going to want to replace any damaged outlet covers or missing switch plates. Sometimes it makes sense to actually change the outlets and the switches to white. A big one is removing old carpet and pad. It isn't nearly as expensive as you might think to replace the carpet and the pad. We go to a wholesale company, we pick the colors of the carpet that we know buyers like, very neutral, and we have a carpet installer. And it makes a huge difference because buyers aren't going to want to buy a house thinking they're going to spend tens of thousands of dollars on flooring when really it might cost $4,000. We always want to remove heavy or old drapes and replace them with something light. We soft stage our clients' homes. We have a storage area off of our office that's full of beautiful drapes that make a huge difference in how the property presents. These types of repairs, they are relatively inexpensive, they're fast, and they create strong buyer interest. They're not renovations. They are strategic improvements that help the buyer to feel confident in their purchase and that the house is well maintained. And one more thing just came to mind is that we do like to have the furnace filter changed out prior to putting the home on the market, because once the buyers and you get under contract, the inspector is going to inspect the furnace. And when you have a nice clean furnace filter in there, it gives the impression of a well-maintained home. The key is to know which repairs matter and which need to be skipped. So how do we help you to manage repairs without overwhelming you? My husband is a retired contractor, so I have a pretty good idea, and especially because I do this relatively often to help our clients, I know roughly what something's going to cost. So I'll give you that idea first. If you say, yes, I would really like to consider those repairs, and then give us written permission to implement for you. You can feel comfortable that we handle the scheduling and the access to the home for those vendors, and then we make sure that the work's been done well. We keep the process efficient, we keep good records, and we take photos. So if you don't live in the San Diego area, you'll see how the house is presenting once the repairs are done. So how does this approach protect the equity for the estate? Small repairs, they make the inspections go better, less objections. They make your buyer feel confident and secure. They limit price reductions, credits, and renegotiations. And they position the home for strong initial offers. And most important, they keep the estate from being undervalued and being sold to a flipper. If you're unsure what repairs matter, just reach out to us. We'll be happy to help. We can either walk the home with you, or if you live out of the San Diego area, you can send us pictures and we'll give you a little bit of guidance, and we can introduce you to a real estate professional that we know, like, and trust in your area. Because we're here to help you make good choices that protects the estate's equity. Thank you for watching. See you next week.